Conservative projections are the one phrase I hear from probably 90% of the entrepreneurs that I meet in my office. And that's kind of interesting because it's a mismatch between how many companies really make it big, how many unicorns we see, how many companies that are able to invoice in excess of 100, 200 millions, and the ones that put that in their initial business plans. There is a huge mismatch. We've been following that a few years ago at the Business Angel Network at ESA, and what you see is that 92% of those pre-revenue startups, they don't match the revenues they were expecting at the end of year one. We're not talking about 30% or 40%. We're talking 92%. And that is in line with what I see around all the business plans that I scan along a year. So it's a thin balance between the necessary optimism of the entrepreneurs. This is important to be ambitious and to really believe in your idea, but it's also very important to bring a bit of reality there. And you need to know that investors, we have several techniques to balance that risk. The first one is drastic discount rate. 80% discount rate on your revenue projections if it's pre-revenue, and probably around 50% if you have your initial metrics and initial sales. So when you come up to basically calculate your discount rate, forget your financial accounting courses and try to find the initial interest rate you can find in a bank and then multiply by 2 and that, no, forget it. It comes from 80% or 50%. That's the first way you can calculate in a better way financial projections. There is another very shared technique that we use in the investment community, which is we will take your numbers, multiply revenues, divide revenues by 2 and multiply cost by 2 to get a clearer vision of what's going to be the future of the company, the future income. I do add my secret sauce, which is an additional way to mitigate my risk. I multiply by 2 the time you need to generate those revenues. Example would be, if you believe you're going to invoice 100,000 euros by the end of Jan, I will compute 50,000, but by the end of February. And that's very important. That's very important. Why? Because that helps me not analyzing those 92% of the project, but a lower number. And also, it gives me one thing. It gives me the ability to have a chat with you on your ability to manage your money. Because as an entrepreneur, if you manage money based on projections, based on assumptions, there is a very high probability that you will end up dying without money before you can raise